In 1945, in the sands of Egypt, something extraordinary was uncovered, hidden for over 1,600 years. A collection of ancient texts, known today as the Gnostic Gospels, revealed a forgotten side of Christianity, one that challenges what many believers have been taught about Jesus Christ. For centuries, mainstream Christianity has focused on faith in Jesus, on doctrines and creeds. But the Gnostics tell us something different. That Jesus' message was not about external religion, but an inner awakening. That salvation is not given from above, but found within. The term Gnosis means knowledge. But it's not just any knowledge, it's a deep, intuitive understanding of the divine. This understanding, the Gnostics believed, is the key to true spiritual enlightenment. The word gnosis comes from the Greek gnosis, meaning knowledge, but not ordinary knowledge. It is direct spiritual realization, a truth that must be experienced rather than simply believed. But this idea did not begin with the Greeks. The Sanskrit word jnana, jnana, carries the same meaning, a deep intuitive knowledge of the divine. The Vedic traditions of India speak of self-realization, of transcending illusion to know the true self. Jesus' Gnostic teachings mirror this path. He was not just a teacher of rules, he was a guide leading us toward divine realization. But this was dangerous. It threatened the power of the early church, and so it was suppressed. The wisdom of the lost Gospels. The Gnostic Gospels include texts like the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and the Gospel of Philip. These are not stories about Jesus. They are sayings of Jesus, hidden wisdom meant for those ready to understand. Listen to this passage from the Gospel of Thomas. The kingdom of God is inside you and all around you. Split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift a stone and you will find me. Jesus was not pointing to a future heaven or an external kingdom. He was teaching that God is here now, within you. This is the very essence of Gnosis, knowing oneself, and in doing so, knowing God. The suppression of Gnostic texts was a significant turning point in the history of early Christianity. As these mystical writings were deemed heretical, many were destroyed or hidden away, lost to time. The voices of those who followed Gnostic teachings were systematically silenced, their wisdom buried under the sands of history. In the early centuries after Jesus, Christianity was diverse, mystical, and rich with interpretation. But by the time of the Council of Nicaea, in 325 AD, powerful leaders sought to define Christianity, to create a single unified doctrine. The Gnostics taught personal experience of God. The Church taught obedience to authority. One was liberating, the other controlling. And so the Gnostic texts were labeled heretical, burned, and buried. For centuries, their wisdom was lost, until that fateful day in 1945. Among the most shocking revelations of the Gnostic Gospels is the role of Mary Magdalene. Far from being a mere follower, the Gospel of Mary depicts her as Jesus' closest disciple, his most trusted one. Peter himself asks her, "Sister, tell us the words of the Lord which you know, but we do not." Mary then reveals a hidden teaching, a knowledge not given to the others. This challenges the traditional narrative. It suggests that the early church may have deliberately erased the importance of the feminine divine and the idea that anyone, not just priests, could attain true wisdom. Salvation through inner transformation. Modern Christianity often teaches that salvation comes through faith in Jesus' sacrifice, but the Gnostic Jesus teaches something deeper. That salvation is an inner transformation. that it comes not from a church, a priest, or an institution, but through personal work with God. This is where Christianity and Bhakti, the path of devotion in Hinduism, find common ground. Bhakti teaches that God is not distant, but present in the heart of every being. Jesus taught the same. He said, "When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father." Gospel of Thomas. This is the message that modern Christianity often misses, that Christ is not just to be worshipped, but to be realized, that the kingdom is not somewhere far away, it is within you. Why does this matter? Because today, millions of Christians are searching for something deeper. They sense that something is missing from modern teachings. The Gnostic Gospels remind us that Jesus was not simply a figure to believe in, but a guide toward awakening. That faith is not about blind obedience, but direct experience. That the kingdom of God is not a place, but a state of being. Perhaps it is time to rediscover the lost teachings of Christ. Perhaps it is time to seek Gnosis. The truth is within you.